Today we're putting another blade through the Heartland knife scoring system. This one probably going to surprise you. This is the Odenwolf W Flat. It is a flat grind made out of D2 steel. Guys, you're going to want to stick around for this one. It costs less than $40. So the real question is, did I find a workhorse or did I find a budget knife? Or did I find a budget knife that is a workhorse? Let's get to the video and find out. Alright folks, welcome back. This is episode 2 of the Heartland Knife Standard, where we test knives the way normal people actually use them. Today we're jumping straight into the scoring and real world use. Today's knife, this one right here is the Odenwolf W Flat Grind Fixed Blade. Sub $40, D2 steel, and honestly, it has really surprised me. If you're not familiar with Odenwolf, here's a quick recap. Odenwolf is a German outdoor brand specializing in high quality knives for camping, hiking, and bushcraft activities. Here's a quick rundown. Every knife gets tested using the same 7 category 100 point system. Number 1 is sharpness out of the box. Number 2 is real world cutting. 3, edge retention and sharpening. Number 4, handle and comfort. 5, build quality. And then 6 is going to be the carry system if it has one. And then ultimately number 7 is what every one of us working guys are looking for. And that's going to be value for the dollar. The Odenwolf W comes in at $39.90, and if you sign up for their emails, you could potentially save another 10% off. That's what they did when I signed up for the email. That puts this knife well under $40, and here's what you'll be getting. You get D2 steel, flat grind, full tank construction, textured TPE handle, and a polymer sheath with a belt loop. So let's see if it actually earns that. First test is sharpness out of the box. We always run a paper test first because that's just one way to find out if it's going to make a clean cut. Oh my, look at this thing. It is a very clean cut. No tearing, no snagging. Honestly, this thing came very sharp right out of the box. And for a sub $40 D2 steel blade, that's actually pretty impressive. Score here is going to be a 13 out of 14. Not quite hair whittling crazy, but very, very good. Real world cutting performance. To be fair here, I actually got hungry and made dinner last night. So the knife has already been used to prep vegetables, prep steaks for grill, and yes, I did make a filet mignon for the wife and I. And yes, Buster did get some too. So we're going to actually be kind of skipping ahead, but we'll come right back to it. Real world cutting performance. This is where knives actually earn their keep. No bottle tricks here. Let's just see what it does. We're going to do a sequence of cutting potatoes, slicing some veggies, cutting some steak, and a regular camp meal. That flat grind slices food cleanly. It does not wedge in the potatoes and handled the steak prep without any issue. For camp cooking, hunting camp, or just feeding folks, this blade really works well. We're going to give this a 15 out of 16. Not a dedicated chef's knife, but it's an excellent all-around performance. I think this would work equally well with field dressing game, cleaning fish, or any other outdoor activity. Category 3 is going to be edge retention and sharpening. The D2 steel is known for holding its edge, but it can be a little tougher to sharpen. After the food prep, cut some cardboard and it still slices. Slices paper. Maybe not quite as effortlessly, but it's still cutting. And for most folks, that's a really good trade-off. Edge retention here, we're going to give it a 12 out of 14. It's got a great edge life and still should be field serviceable. Category 4, handle and comfort. I really did not know how well I'd like this handle, but I've got to be honest with you guys, it actually grips nicely in your hand. The little rubber cutouts really kind of hook into your fingers nicely. You got a little bit of jimping right up here on the top to kind of give you a little bit more security when you're holding this thing, and it just really feels good in the hand. One thing that we do like to do is kind of test the difference between when the knife or your hand is dry versus wet. So we'll go ahead and put a little bit of water on our hand and see if there's a difference. Believe it or not, we're about 5 miles back away from the house in a little area that I've been hunting. So this water is ice cold, and I'm not going to waste a bunch of it because that's all the water I got. I'm gonna put this cap on. I do not want to lose my water out here. The handle still feels good in my hand. It's not slipping. I would say this is a little bit slicker than it was when it was dry, but it's still a good solid grip. And as it's starting to dry out, you can feel it. I would speculate if you were field dressing large animals, game like that, this thing's going to grip really well. And this right up here, I don't know if the camera's going to pick that up, but there's a little bit right here that you can really make a good purchase with your thumb, and you know you've got the blade there. It feels nice on the hand. The score on the handle and comfort is going to be a 13 out of 14. For the time being, we're going to stick with this. I've got to be honest with you, this is my first knife I've ever owned with this TPU handle. So if there is any kind of degradation over time from sweat and the oils in your hand, we can always come back and adjust that. But for the time being, we're giving it a 13 out of 14 because it just really feels like it would work. And then one thing I didn't mention when we were talking about the full tang is you can see right here, you could tie a lanyard on the back of that really nicely, and that's going to be that metal handle sticking out. This rubber handle wraps all the way around the knife. And I'm calling it rubber. It's actually the TPU or whatever I said at the very beginning. But 13 out of 14. It feels good in your hand. Category 5, we're looking at build quality and materials. Full tang, clean grinds. It really looks like a good knife. And we've already put it through some good little kind of camp test. And it's holding up nicely. There's no rattles, no weird gaps. For the price point, this is solid built. D2 steel is a good all-around steel for general purpose line. This is punching way above its weight class and materials. Score on category 5 is going to be a 13 out of 14. Have you noticed this thing's scoring really high? Category 6 is going to be the carry system if it comes with one. This one actually comes with a polymer sheath. It isn't anything fancy, but it's secure, it's functional, and it's light. This is a working man's sheath, not a fashion accessory. In fact, this one just begs for a custom leather sheath in my mind. Might be a video on that later as well. If you ever wanted to make your own leather sheath, stick around and we can make that happen. The other thing that I do like about this, and I'll go ahead and show you, it does have a snap which keeps your knife in, and then it's molded kind of like a Kydex, and you can hear it click. Did you hear that click? When it goes back in there. And then the other thing is, if you decide you don't want to carry your knife anymore, you can take it off without taking your belt off. It's got this nice little Velcro and a snap. So that's what your belt goes through. Nice loop there. Again, you've got the snap over here. And then if you notice on the back side of this, you got these 2 screws right here. So if you're right-handed like me, it makes it real easy to flip this bracket over so that you can carry it on your left-hand side. That's actually pretty cool. We're going to give this a 12 out of 14, and I would have gave it a 13, but if you can see these screws here that hold this to the knife sheath, if this little piece of plastic right here was actually wide enough that you could use 2 screws on the other side, we'd bump that probably all the way up to the 14. But realistically, it's only holding with these 2 screws. I would probably, and what I'll end up doing is I'm going to run some paracord around this thing just to make it. I'm rough on stuff, guys. I ain't going to lie. I can picture rolling through the dark and get hung up in the trees, the greenbriers or something like that, and potentially that'll be real good way to find out how strong this is, but I don't want to end up getting to my hunting spot and I don't have my knife. But again, room for improvement right there. I think this piece needs to actually be wide enough to go all the way across the knife, at least the knife sheath. That way you could get 4 screws in it, and that'd be 2 on both sides. Now in closing, category 7, the value for the working man. Under 40 bucks, D2 steel, full tang. In today's economy, that really matters. This knife punches way above its price line. This category is where this knife becomes dangerous to more expensive competition. It is priced for a working man and will be able to enter into the world of knife craft on a budget. The average median for the blue collar worker and today is around 25 or 20 bucks an hour nationwide. That's not even close to what the average worker's getting here in East Texas. It's much less than that, but for national average $20 an hour, you could figure 2-3 hours of work by the time they take taxes from you, and you could own this knife. It's not like you have to work 2 or 3 days to buy it. Put that in perspective, that's basically how much it costs to supply Buster with tennis balls for a month. But after the cutting test and using this and how well made it is, how sharp it is, and how easy it's going to be to keep it sharp, it's a winner. Again, guys, comment down below if you've used the Odenwolf. Let us know what your experience has been. I think they're doing a great deal for what they're doing. So if you guys want to know the final score, we're going to tally all this up. Sharpness was 13, cutting 15, edge retention's 12, handle was 13, build quality is 13. Carrying, if they'd have put a couple more screws back here, we'd have bumped it up to at least 13 on the carry. The value, I don't think you can beat it. It's 14 out of 14. And then that gives you a total of 90 out of 100. So far, this is the second knife we've tested, but it is our current top of the line leaderboard knife that we've reviewed so far this year. The Odenwolf W earns 90 out of 100 on the Heartland Knife Standard. That's a couple of points ahead of the Spyderco Bow River that we released last week. If you enjoyed this video, next week I'm going to be giving you a closer look at another Odenwolf blade. You may have seen a sneak in the frame, and I'll tell you right now, it too has scored much higher than I thought when I bought it. Hit subscribe, drop your favorite budget knife down below, and as always, I hope you have a blessed week, and let's get outside and make something happen.